Well, hello, this is Pastor Henzi, and welcome to Faith and Focus. I always love this time. It's an opportunity for me to share my heart. I want to talk to you a moment about, I got to see some great moments with the Olympics. Any of y'all seen those Olympic moments? I, I obviously, I'm not as much into the Winter Olympics as I am the Summer Olympics, but I just like the thrill of that moment. And I saw in particular the two hockey finals against Canada, both men and women. And, that whole concept about, we were actually behind with the men, and then they had, I think, a late goal. I think the women had a late goal. But what I loved about it was, one, just the elation of that moment, of them accomplishing something together. And I saw celebrations, particularly with some of the individual moments, but it's like those team moments are like something like, the men had not won since the miracle, I think in 1980. So, it's been 40 some years since they won gold, and how they come together. And then the women, it was such a tremendous victory, and the elation that they did something together that was much bigger than themselves. And I saw him interview one of the men, and they were trying to give him credit because I think he scored the winning goal in overtime for the men that sealed the gold medal. And he said, it's never about an individual. It was always about the team. And so for us, it just kind of hit me that, I really want to be a part of doing something great, and something great for God. Now, they did something great for America. How much more significant is it for us to do something great from God, something historic for God? And I have to be real transparent with you. That has always been my goal. I think God has enough little churches that do little things. We want to do something big, and God has hand chosen you to be a part of doing something amazing for God. One of the early promises of God to me was, when they talk about Christianity in this season, they'll have to talk about Emmaus, which means God is calling us to do something exceptional. And how that happens is everybody must do their part. Now, if you remember on Vision Night, we pass those booklets out, and I really hope you hold on to these booklets so you can review it. And in it, we gave what we call the Jericho Six. The 6 things we're asking each member to do that will make our church great and put us in position to do something absolutely amazing for God. We've been talking about them in each Faith and Focus over the last few weeks. The first one was showing up, and we talked about being consistent in our attendance to the worship and the word and all the different things we do. Last week we talked about serve up, and that was about everybody doing something, so nobody has to do everything, just becoming like that army of ants that can accomplish great things. Now, this week, the focus is on speak up. And really what that is about is inviting people to get connected to God. Now, this is not an ego thing. Everybody hear me clearly. This is about doing something great for God. There are so many people, and I think if you can think about it, I know it is for me. When I think about His goodness and all that God has done for me, and how the gospel has transformed my life, even for me that grew up in the church, but a particular encounter with God set everything on a different path. There are so many people that need what God is offering. I'm looking at people, and they are hurting, and they are experiencing some rough life. Lady Nicole and I had an experience when we were out of town with a woman, and when we started ministering to her, she just broke down, and she was telling me about her son being murdered and how it had affected her life. And right there in a restaurant, she just absolutely broke down. I watched her melt into Lady Nicole's arms, and we were able to encourage her with the gospel, getting connected in a different way, not just being a member of church, but actually being a child of God. And Emmaus, there are so many people that are that way. They are hurting. They are lost. They are confused. They are out here without hope. And God is trusting us to introduce them to the God that can transform everything for them. But if we don't say nothing, they will never know. And so we've created this simple mechanism of invitation cards, where we give you 10 invitation cards every week, and we're asking you to pass them out. Now, Lady Nicole made a great point. She was saying, don't just pass them out willy-nilly, although we do want you to pass them out, but we also want you to pray in this process and ask God to give you an eye toward the person that really needs this, so that we can now share the power of the gospel. We say it this way: God makes life better through Emmaus. We have a particular brand of the gospel, and there are so many people that we have transformed their lives through how God chooses to work through us. But it is you that must share this information. We cannot be Indianapolis's best kept secret. We must speak up and invite people to church. We tell people about everything: good books, good television shows, good movies, good restaurants. But we serve an even better God, and it's our job to share that information. So this week, think about that. You have an answer to what somebody has been praying for. And if you don't speak up, their prayers could go unanswered. God is asking you to help collect my lost children and bring them back home. And if you do that, if your fruit remains, whatever you ask of me, I will give it thee. So this week, speak up. Don't be afraid to share Jesus. Share the Holy Spirit. Share our God that wants to love people into a brand new life. Well, this is Pastor Henry Green. I want you to know I absolutely love you, and I just love being your pastor.